Hi Gavin, welcome to On the Road.
Yeah, hey.
So we decided to take a trip to Ogilvy, beautiful offices. We're probably never going to leave ever. And we wanted to chat to you a little bit about just the interesting way digital is changing advertising and some of the amazing campaigns you guys have done, like Be the Coach and Volkswagen's Street Quest, and the way the whole world of advertising has become more about a story and getting people to participate. Do you feel that this is partly digital is partly responsible for this change and this move forward that we're seeing?
So thanks for having me, Mich. I think digital is entirely responsible for it. I don't think it's a part of it. I think it is the sole driver of what someone called a tectonic change in our industry. And I love the word tectonic because you think of the plates beneath the Earth's crust shifting, and I think that's exactly what's happening in our industry. It's changing the relationship between consumers and brands. It's changing the relationship between people, and advertising plays at those points, and marketing plays at those points, and so marketing's having to change very, very, very quickly.
I actually also think it's quite interesting now as well. There's a lot of people that keep talking about how we need to get a mobile play. What is our mobile strategy? Should we get it? Should we build an app? Let's build an app and start selling to people through an app. Especially in Africa where it's mobile first. I mean, when we think of internet in Africa, it's always mobile is our best option than anything else. When you guys have new clients and you're looking at campaigns for them, what is the process when you're looking at the digital? I mean, I know you guys still do traditional stuff, but when you want to do a campaign that's targeted online or to a more younger digital audience, what are the processes around including mobile in terms of what they should do?
I think as seismic and crucial as digital is, you still can't start a process by going, what is our digital strategy or what is our mobile strategy? You've got to start a process by going, what is the outcome we want? What is the business outcome we want? What is the behavioral outcome we want from consumers, from companies? What is our intent? Then work out if digital or mobile has a role to play in providing that outcome. Now, largely it will, but not in all cases. So you cited the Be the Coach campaign, which is now in its third iteration. When that campaign was conceptualized in a very deep collaboration with our clients, South African breweries, the question was, how do we get people to participate in a sports event in a meaningful way? And then mobile, given Carling's audience and the nature of the game, mobile became the right channel to deliver that participation.
Okay.
So I guess what I'm saying is, we don't start working out how we want to employ technology. We start out by asking the question, what is the outcome we want? What is the business outcome? What's the behavioral outcome? Then work backwards to the technology that'll deliver that outcome, and to determine whether it can deliver that outcome, or what needs to be built or designed or created so that that outcome can be delivered.
No, I agree. I think the same thing happens with social. People hear social media and they go, okay, they go to an agency,
give me a social.
Yeah, exactly. Do social for me.
Can you build me a Facebook? A few years
People
ago,
have
clients,
asked that question.
I'm sure both your organization and ours. Can you build me a Facebook? I think it's evolved past that, but in that glib request is the problem. It's indicative of the problem, which is starting with the end, or starting at the wrong end.
Okay. Okay, so you talked about collaborating with SA breweries for your Be the Coach campaign, which, again, I mean, Ogilvy's had a lot of amazing campaigns, but I think that has been one of the most successful campaigns we've seen out of this company in the last few years, mostly because everyone just keeps citing and going back to it.
Right.
How important is that collaboration with the client when it comes to building them the digital strategy, for the lack of a better...
I think when digital gets physical or requires something in the real world, for lack of a better term, to happen, like a football game between two of South Africa's biggest clubs, when things happen at scale, in either or both of those situations, the need for collaboration gets deeper. So there's like a linear proportional relationship between the scale and the complexity of the campaign and the need for collaboration. So I think when you're doing things, when you're doing smaller, tactical, nifty little things, you can probably just do it yourself, get the client to approve, and then hit play. I think when things have a real world implication, when they're large, when they're big, when they have scale, then client collaboration becomes extra important. It's always important, but I think in the case of Be the Coach, as I mentioned earlier, there was a real need for deep collaboration, and that right from inception to execution, there was an amazing sense of teamwork and co-creation and collaborative work with us and SAB. On other big digital campaigns, I suppose that's also been the case. We've had milestone campaigns in our journey to becoming a digitally led agency. Be the Coach was one, Volkswagen Date Drive was another, Stimmerol Mega Mystery a third, and more recently Volkswagen Street Quest, and there are more to follow. We're doing highly integrated work and digitally led integrated work for clients like Audi. And in all those cases, you really need a healthy client-agency relationship, and on a project-by-project basis, and within the projects, teamwork.
Okay. How do you think South Africa's faring in terms of agencies and the amount of work, the digital campaigns they're creating? I mean, a lot of last year at Digital Edge Live conference, there was a whole issue about, South Africa just is not competing on the world stage.
Yeah.
Although, if you take things like the Cannes Lion as an example, that South Africa seems to be competing fairly well on that stage. Do you think we're producing work that is digitally outstanding as the rest of the world?
I think it's how you frame or what the parameters are that works. I think what we're getting better at, and I can speak from the communications agency point of view, we're getting better at doing brand campaigns online.
Okay.
Advertising campaigns online. So we've improved in terms of using the web or digital on whatever device it lives as a campaigning channel. Where we're way behind is when you start using digital as a platform to deliver utility or transaction. I'm talking about in the communication agency context. I think there's certain marketing organizations, certain retailers, certain financial institutions that are progressing in that area. But in terms of the creative use of digital as a powerful means to provide consumers with utility and deep levels of engagement on an ongoing platform basis, we're way behind. I think the other area we're behind is even in the campaign mode. If I look at Cannes as a benchmark, digital is kind of escaping the box. When you think about what people are doing with HTML5 and how the browser is becoming a window to really deep media, whether it's documentary film, just more powerful visual storytelling, we're still not there yet.
Okay.
I saw an amazing campaign at Cannes, which anyone can see online, called Clouds Over Cuba, which is a fully interactive, layered documentary developed by the Martin Agency in North America for the John F. Kennedy Library.
Okay.
And it posits a question: what happens if there were clouds over Cuba and the Cuban Missile Crisis had evolved into a full-scale war, a nuclear war? And it's really a layered interactive piece of film that is being delivered to you through your browser.
Wow.
As opposed to the browser web online experiences we know it, which might have bits of rich media, but which is still existing in kind of a post-web 2.0 CMSE WordPressy environment.
Yeah.
I think that's a piece of work that transcends that visual experience of the web, and we're not there yet.
No, I can definitely see that. That's quite exciting. I'll go check that out. But generally, how do you think, what's the way forward then for South Africa as a
I think that's a really big question, and I'll take
You have 30 seconds.
I'll take a shot at an answer. I guess we've got to keep doing what we're doing and do it quicker. I think we need client marketing organizations to enable the progress of marketing's use of digital by spending more on it, trusting that the market is there or is moving there, will it be willing to lead in that space, and then demanding of their agencies that, or their internal digital departments and functions, depending on how they want to do that, to play harder in that space. I know that's a slightly qualitative response, but the ideas will follow the money to some degree. And clients need to be brave, but clients need to commit budget to that space. I think in South Africa, clients are still looking at traditional channels with a bias and wanting to put their money there, partly because it consumes more money. A television commercial is expensive by way of its reach, but I think clients need to overspend on digital
Yeah.
And then the ideas and talent will follow
Alright.
in some order.
Oh,
I'm not sure what order, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Gavin, for joining us.
Sure.
It's been absolutely amazing, great chatting.
Thanks
and I
for
can't
the
wait to see some
opportunity.
amazing stuff that you guys come up with,
Yeah.
in the space. That has been On the Road with Memeburn. Join us next time. I'm Mich Atagana.